Welcome to the Trad Dads Podcast, where we examine cultural and political issues through the lens of traditional thought.
All right, so today I'm going to be announcing some changes to the podcast. Not really anything you'll notice if all you do is listen, but I'm going to be changing the branding a little bit and aligning it a little more with the Leonine Institute that I'm a part of. So the content for the podcast has changed over time, as I'm sure it does for a lot of independent kind of shows like this, but it's gravitated more and more towards just kind of straight up talking about economics, whether that's commentary on current issues or whether that's talking about economic theory and stuff like that. And of course I have some deviations. My most recent episode was an interview on something related to economics and Catholicism and stuff, but more about personalities. And of course I had my cars episode a while back, but the episodes that tend to do the best are the ones on economics, and that's probably just because that's what I know. And so it's been tough to get kind of consistent co-host kind of thing figured out, and so I'm gonna be more focused on the economics explicitly, and I'm going to be rebranding with that in mind. And so the new name for the podcast is going to be Catholic Economics, and I'm gonna try to do a little better job being a little more crisp with it. I'm gonna have I'm gonna do some better outlining and stuff, but it's not gonna be overproduced or anything like that. But an example of being overproduced, I would say, is something like Freakonomics podcast, where it's just everything, just sounds like a news show with a bunch of sound in the middle of everything. So there's that part. I'm still going to be doing some interviews and stuff, but I really do want to focus more on the economics. When I get to a certain point, so for now, the episodes will be partly some commentary on issues and stuff, and then the other part will be more economic theory, Catholic social teaching, and stuff like that, and just talking about the concepts. So some commentary on issues related to Catholic social teaching, and sometimes it'll be more theoretical and conceptual. But what I want to do is eventually I want to move to a twice weekly format where I have one commentary episode and one conceptual or theory episode related to Catholic social teaching. So I'll get there eventually, but right away I can't commit to that just yet. So that will be the plan going forward, and I appreciate all of your support. I'm hoping that with this new branding, I'll be able to grow a little bit more and get even more people involved, and hopefully be able to do maybe some Q&A stuff with the people who listen, whether you listen on YouTube or on your favorite podcast platform. As always, the podcast platforms are better for me because I do run an ad that Anchor supports. So, if you want to help me financially, there's if you listen on the podcast format, the audio format, that does help. The YouTube side is growing. I have a little over 300 subscribers, which isn't a lot for YouTube, but it would be great to grow that too. I'm not going to be doing any video at all. So thanks again for your continued support. If you want to support directly financially, there's a button to chip in on Anchor.fm, and I'm going to be changing all the URL, and all that stuff is going to be changing to Catholic Economics. So it'll be Anchor.fm/Catholic Economics, and some of the podcast apps allow you to hit the little subscription button there to financially support the show. But anyway. Thanks again for your support. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'm hoping this new branding will be a good thing for the show and for everybody involved. So have a good one.
Thanks for listening to the Trad Dads Podcast. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast app and consider giving us a 5-star rating on iTunes. It really helps us out.